Hello and welcome everybody to Siebens Fieldhouse. Tonight, the Buena Vista Beavers play their final regular season home game right here in Siebens. And I'm Eric Ria. Along with me tonight will be Scott Heinley. We'll be bringing the game, both men's and women's game. But first, we got the women's on tap. An important night, like I said, the last game, but also a last game at home for four very important women to this Buena Vista team. That would be Steph Gronow, Michelle Brazda, Lori Hopkins, and Keely Bowman. Scott, they have meant a lot to this program. It's their senior night. It's their last game of senior night, so wish them the best of luck. But let's get to the game, Scott. Tonight, Buena Vista will be taking on the William Penn Statesmen. Last game, Buena Vista beat William Penn by 11 points. Could you give the folks out there a couple keys to this game?
Sure, Eric. First of all, William Penn, not a stronger team in the conference. They come in with 4 wins overall in the conference, so they're toward the back of the pack. Meanwhile, Buena Vista is just trying to gain some momentum, win both games this weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit later as far as their postseason hopes. But for tonight, as far as they're concerned, seniors night, as you mentioned, and hey, we were down at 3 points at halftime over at their place earlier in the year. And then we went on like a 14-point run in the second half to get that 11-point victory. On the outside, we're going to have to stop Carr for them. She scored 25 points in the first meeting, and she's going to be tough from outside. Also, they have an inside player, Pepper, who's pretty tough. So Michelle Brosnan and Stephanie Grono, they had big games in the first meeting. Look for them to continue the same thing tonight.
Okay, and you said we will mention about that conference. The conference race on the women's side is kind of a log jam right now. We can kind of go through it.
Well, tonight is another great night of basketball for Beaver basketball fans. And right now, Coach Janet Berry is here to tell us a little bit about what we can expect from William Penn tonight. Thanks a lot for coming over today, Coach.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say it is our final senior night. We have 4 great seniors who will be making their last appearance on the court. Unfortunately, Keely won't get to be out on the court tonight, but we bid them farewell and we thank them for everything they've done for our program. And Penn was a team that we struggled a little bit against the last time we played, and we only won by 11 points. And they haven't won a lot of games this year, but they're a very well coached team, and they're always a team that manages to pull an upset every year. They've pulled an upset off, and they haven't done that yet this year, so we hope we're not the ones to do that. So we want to come out tonight and just be ready to attack the zone defense, which a lot of teams have been throwing at us, and just play a good, solid 40 minutes and have some fun tonight.
You said a lot of teams have been throwing a zone defense at you. Is there any reason why, or maybe?
Well, because we have 2 great post players, Michelle Braz and Steph Grono, so they're really packing in around them. And Lori Hopkins and Ashley Reynolds have done a good job, and they've hit a lot of threes. But the thing we missed from Keely is her ability to penetrate the zone. That was one thing she really did well. And that's just not Ashley and Lori's strength. So we need to, if they do zone us tonight, we still need to, you got to penetrate the gaps and still try to get the ball inside. That keeps people honest. And what's been happening lately is we've been shooting the 3 really well in the first half, and in the second half we've been struggling with it. And I'm sure part of that you get a little tired, but still Nicole and I aren't quite sure why that is. And we need to put 2 solid halves together because people are just daring us to shoot it. And although we lead the conference in 3-point shooting and threes made, we need to be consistent with that.
Now, speaking of 3-point shooting, just kind of looking at last year, I didn't really see Lori Hopkins shooting a lot of threes, and all of a sudden this year she is just on fire.
Oh, the last 3 weeks, she leads the conference right now in 3-point percentage. I have begged Lori Hopkins for the last 3 years to shoot the ball. And she's just one that she's very content to make the extra pass and things like that. But since Keely has been hurt, Lori has looked to shoot more and has really been on, she's shooting about 45% from the 3-point line. We wish she would shoot it a lot, but she is looking to shoot it more. And you can see she's a dead eye. She's not somebody you want to go out and play horse against because if she gets her feet underneath her, she's awfully accurate.
And as a coach, that's got to be really nice to see. Instead of just maybe one player, stepping up for Keely Bowman, you have maybe 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, we have. We've had Heather Dalton's come in and given us some good minutes. Alicia Highland has stepped up her play, and Ashley has stepped in the starting role and has done a solid job there. But that you still can't replace, though. Keely was a great player, and she's our all-time leading assist leader here at Buena Vista University, and we definitely miss her, and I know she misses playing as well.
And you guys traveled to Cornell Saturday night?
Yeah, we'll finish up at Cornell, and Cornell's probably they weren't picked to win a game this year, and they've won 3 in the conference. So I really compliment their new coach this year. He's done a good job with what he's had because he basically has 7 players down there. And when we played them up here, we pretty much manhandled them, and it'll be our last game of the year. We still have a slim hope for NCAA postseason, but we want to finish up this weekend. Not only do we want to get a couple wins, but we'd like to get 2 convincing wins as well.
All right, well, best of luck to you this
Thanks,
weekend,
Stacey.
Coach.
Appreciate that.
And let's see what they have in store for us.
Okay, hello and welcome back to Siebens Fieldhouse. I'm Eric Rhea. Along with me tonight with Scott Heinley. We'll be bringing you all the play-by-play and color action of these 2 exciting games. They're getting ready to start or announce the opening lineups in the national anthem. But Scott, before we had a little difficulty there at the end of our preview, we were talking about the conference standings. If we can talk about that again, we were saying there was a log jam. Kind of tell the people again what you're saying about the whole selection process.
Okay, well, as you know, this is the final weekend of regular season play. On Sunday night, the NCAA will announce the Division III tournament pairings. This year, they reduced the number of teams getting in to 48. Last year, it was 64 teams, so that creates a problem as to where there's some teams that are going to be left off. The Iowa Conference, probably one of the strongest conferences in Division III, as the national anthem is going to be played in the background here. But right now, Luther's got a 1-game lead against Simpson, Wartburg, and Central. So it's just a huge logjam at the top, and Coach Janet Berry is on the advisory committee of the NCAA selection committee. So all week long she's been on the phones, and
There you have it, the national anthem. And Scott, like you said, it is a log jam. It's going to be difficult to get into that NCAA playoff, but there's a very good possibility also. And as we will announce the starting lineups, but first, the introduction to senior night. As you see, Ashley Reynolds and Angie Patterson giving out the flowers to all the seniors.
Thea has been our trainer the past 2 seasons and has also been a softball manager for 3 years. In May, Thea will graduate with a degree in athletic training. She will then pursue graduate work in the fall.
As there you see Thea Blackwell, the trainer, a senior.
Keely Bowman is from Kingsley, Iowa, and is the daughter of Cindy and Larry Bowman. Keely has been a 2-year captain and a 3-time starter here at Buena Vista. Keely currently holds the single-season assist record with 149, the career assist record with 424, and the career three-point percentage shooting with 42.2 behind the arc. During her athletic career at Buena Vista, she has been part of 5 conference championships, 3 in basketball and 2 in softball. Keely is a business major who will be marrying Chad Butler in September.
There you, Keely Bowman, who cannot play because of that season-ending knee injury, Scott, but a pretty emotional night there. You can see on the face of Keely. She really wishes she could be in that ball game one last time.
Lori's great defensive performances have made her an irreplaceable team leader on and off the floor. Lori currently leads the Iowa Conference in three-point field goal percentage at an impressive 43% and is also ranked in the assist column. In May, Lori will graduate in exercise science and will be marrying Brian Wallace.
And there's Lori Hopkins, another senior. If you could hear Kip Ruman. She will be married. Also, Keely Bowman's getting married. So a lot of marriages coming up here on the Buena Vista women's basketball team this summer.
820 points, which put her in the top 10 in career scoring list, and has accumulated 349 rebounds. Roswell was first team all-conference last season and is leading the conference in scoring this season. After receiving her degree in English this May, Eric Johnson and Michelle will be joined in marriage midsummer.
And once again, the third marriage on the women's basketball team. It's kind of a special night here in Siebens Fieldhouse.
And is the daughter of Dale and Sandy Buena. Steph is a 3-year starter and 2-year all-conference performer. This season, she was named captain of the All-American Farm Team, a USA Positive Performer, and a Columbia Multimedia's National Player of the Week. Steph will leave her name all over the Buena Vista record books, including becoming the third all-time leading scorer with 1,229 points and the second all-time leading rebounder with 643. Steph has accepted a position with the Pete Mark accounting firm in Des Moines, where she will begin working this fall.
And there you have the 4 senior basketball players and the manager. An emotional night so far, Scott, here at the Fieldhouse. Some tears streaming down the faces of the women.
And when the Buena Vista women's team came out onto the floor, Eric, they were led out by Keely Bowman, which is kind of emotional for her. Bowman was limping around, but she led the team out before their warm-up. So it's got to be a special night for her too, even though it's unfortunate she can't play.
You're exactly right. But as you see there, Keely is on the bench. She will be introduced into the starting lineup. So a special thing. We will set up the starting lineups for you as we hear the final lineups by Kip Ruman, our PA announcer.
And at guard for the Beavers, a 5'5" junior from Joliet, Iowa, number 10, Angie Patterson. At guard for the ladies, statesman, a 5'6" sophomore from Carlisle, Iowa, number 21, Molly Pickering. And at guard for the Beavers, a 5'6" senior from Kingsley, Iowa, number 21, Keely Bowman.
There you see Keely coming out. We will set the lineups for you here for Buena Vista. At forward, Steph Gronow, this senior. The other forward would be Lori Hopkins. Michelle Brosda will be in the middle. And then Angie Patterson and Keely Bowman will be at the guard position. But I'm sure Keely Bowman will be taken out because of the knee injury. And Scott, if you want to give them the William Penn lineup.
Okay, for the Lady Statesmen, in the backcourt, Carrie Hunt, 5'7" junior. She led us up for 25 points in the first meeting, so she's a person to keep an eye on. Her backcourt mate, Molly Pickering, a 5'6" sophomore. The forwards, Dina Helfers, 5'9" sophomore, and Jennifer Pepper, a 5'8" senior. And the center tonight for the Statesmen, Lynette Gudenkoff, a 6'1" senior.
And there you go. We are ready to set up for a tip-off here. And there you do see Keely Bowman standing waiting, and Ashley Reynolds is going into the check-in table to get herself into the game. And right away, timeout, 20-second timeout, called by Buena Vista as Keely Bowman will exit the game, and Ashley Reynolds will come in.
And that there is a pretty nice gesture on the part of the Statesmen, letting Buena Vista get the tip so they can call timeout. Coach Gary Smith for the Statesmen realizes what this 4 seniors in Buena Vista has done the last 3 years, and just kind of taking it all in here.
You're exactly right, Scott. So here we get to live action. Brazda down low starts off the Beavers night in the right fashion with a quick 2 points. And a press right away, Scott, from the Buena Vista team.
2-2-1 full court press. We'll see it off and on the entire game.
William Penn does a nice job of breaking at that time, trying to set up their offense now. Try to go inside, steal by Angie Patterson. Brazda tipped that out down low out of Gutengoff's hands. And Lori Hopkins tries for a three. Good for a three, and Buena Vista jumps out to a quick 5-0 lead. They look pretty pumped up tonight in the early going. They want to put these 4 seniors out in the right note.
That was Hopkins' 45th three of the year. She's been hot in the last few weeks.
Another steal there, this time by Ashley Reynolds. Flips it over to Angie Patterson. Patterson a little too close that time to Steph Gronow, Scott, to be giving that pass. She should have probably just gone up for the shot herself.
That's right, Angie Patterson playing her first full season after parts of the last 2 years she was out with an ACL injury.
So now William Penn trying to find their first bucket. That's Pepper down low. A little up and under move by Jennifer Pepper to put William Penn on the board.
Jennifer Pepper, a leader on the William Penn team. She's been a 2 or 3 year starter for them, and she's going to be a key if they're going to hope to win tonight.
That's right, as Ashley Reynolds called for the travel there. Scott, you mentioned earlier before we got on air, Buena Vista has got some interesting sock apparel going this evening.
Yeah, I'm not sure whose idea that was. We'll have to, maybe it's a floor report for Kelly Miracle. Maybe we'll have Kelly go down there and find that out. But the whole women's team, even on the bench, wearing those, I guess you'd say Dr. Seuss striped socks up to the knees. So
a little team unity bonding idea going on for the Buena Vista, and so far it's worked. Up a 5-2 lead as William Penn works it around, trying to find an open shot, and that's Pepper again. Off the rim, and Brazda pulls down the board. And Angie Patterson will get the Beavers moving.
That time Patterson did pull up, like you said, she maybe should have last time, just a little bit long.
So now the Statesmen still trying to find some continuity in their offense. Nothing really happening so far.
Nice block that time by Michelle Brazda.
Brazda trying to spin herself to the basket. Gets a jump ball, which will go to the Statesmen.
Again, 2-3 full court press this time.
So right now, not a full house here at the Stevens Dome, but hopefully some more people. Could be hard with lots of going on in the state right now. Scott, you had said a state basketball playoff game. Oh, there's Ashley Reynolds with a big three-pointer. Nice shot by Ashley. You were saying a state playoff basketball game going on across town, and also the big state wrestling tournament in Des Moines this weekend.
Hey, it's not even March yet. You can pretty much say March Madness is underway, and for the next month it's going to be a crazy time in the sports world, but certainly for all you sports fans out there, probably one of the best months in the entire season. As Buena Vista turned it over that time.
Yeah, it is a good time to tune into ESPN and ESPN2 and Innovation Video right here and catching all the great sports action. As now the Statesmen getting the ball back with trailing, 8-4. The Statesmen finding an open person down low. That's Hunt.
Carrie Hunt getting underneath and beating the defense down there. That was a misassignment there underneath. Somebody didn't get the cutter coming across, and Carrie Hunt, her first 2 points of the game. Of course, she led William Penn with 25 in the first meeting.
You're right, also in that first meeting, Buena Vista was led by Brazda and Gronow, each in double figures. I believe Steph Gronow had about 15 points. Michelle Brazda 17 points in that game at William Penn, which was an 11-point victory for Buena Vista.
In that game, they actually trailed it by 3 points at halftime. Then we're able to go on a 45-31 run to close out the game.
So Brazda at the free throw line, making the first one.
checking in for the Beavers after that break. It's A.J. Nelson, Heather Dalton, and Alicia Highland, as well as Kinsey Hansen. So you got 3 sophomores in there, and A.J. Nelson, the freshman, as well as Mindy Becker now checking in for Michelle Brosda. So the second 5 pretty much in there. We're only at the 16-minute mark, so Coach Berry using that substitution pattern liberally.
You're exactly right. 3 freshmen in there with the 2 sophomores. So a young, the future right here, Scott, of Buena Vista women's basketball. We're seeing them in some great game action.
Oh, nice.
Kinsey Hansen can't connect, but Scott, that was an excellent pass by A.J. Nelson. That's what we have to look forward to in the backcourt in the coming years.
She sees the floor so well. And of course, her younger sister's got a huge game tonight going around across town. And game between number 5, Sac City, and number 3, Newell Fonda. And it's too bad both those teams in the same conference. And it's too bad that only one of them can go to state, but that's a huge game. They open the doors at 5:30, and I'm sure that was a sellout.
Oh, big shot that time. Heather Dalton sinking the 3. So that opens Buena Vista's lead to 7. 13-6. Buena Vista again keeping with the pressure. That's Kinsey Hansen and Dalton.
Trapping Pepper there. That's not a bad idea. You want to trap the forwards and the centers.
Oh, another steal that time for Buena Vista. A.J. Nelson trying to finish, but she's hammered down low and will go to the line for 2.
And that was the 6th turnover for William Penn. So Buena Vista doing a good job bothering the Statesmen and even setting up their offense. Even when William Penn does set up their half-court offense, they're having trouble finding some continuity.
That is big. 6 turnovers already with 15 minutes left in the first half.
It's hard to win a game if you're turning the ball over at a rate of over 1 per minute. So
A.J. Nelson missing the first one. Will try for her second one. And some substitutions have been made now for William Penn. Number 15, Megan Link, has entered the game, along with Dina Helfers, number 33.
And we'll just set the lamps for you for William Penn. Number 21, Molly Pickering in there, as well as 35, Christy Dolphin. And the Jennifer Pepper will inbounds right now. So there's a starting 5 for William Penn.
Buena Vista not straying away from that pressure, trying to find another turnover. William Penn has numbers. They had a 3-on-1, but couldn't convert. Nice job by Buena Vista to get back on defense. Mindy Becker going to her feet, and you can hear Coach Allgood telling her to stay on her feet. Don't jump at every shot.
Mindy Becker picks up the personal foul. And on the line will be shooting Christy Dolphin, the 5'9" junior.
Dolphin did not play in the last game against Buena Vista, so this is the first time to see her in game action as Mindy Becker pulls down the missed free throw. She couldn't convert on either one of them. Buena Vista maintains a 14-6 lead. Nice ball movement right now by Buena Vista, and that's Nelson with a 3. Oh, and she sinks it. Scott, that is 4 for 4 now for Buena Vista behind the arc early on this contest.
You're right, Eric, and the key in shooting 4 for 4 is they're getting open looks at the basket. That time A.J. Nelson all alone on the right wing, and she knocks it down.
Nice job that time by William Penn working around for the open shot. As Helfers scores that one. Now Becker, she was going for a 3-pointer, pulls it up.
Becker working inside. I think that Becker more or less just pump fake that 3-point. I don't think there's any way she's going to shoot that, but as you saw right there, she's more comfortable down low in the post and just couldn't get the turnaround to go.
So Buena Vista will maintain possession underneath their own basket. Set up the out-of-bounds play. Kinsey Hansen and Becker play a little inside and out game. Nice feed from one post to the other that time.
Kinsey Hansen, leading rebounder in the state of Iowa.
There you see her quick hands. She grabs the steal.
Kinsey Hansen, a great freshman. I was just saying that last year as a senior, she was leading rebounder in the state of Iowa. She played for Core with Wesley Laverne.
And that's one thing Janet Berry, Coach Berry, excuse me, has something to really go back on. Since the great success these last 4 years, say, for Buena Vista basketball, she can get those top recruits. But right now we're going to go down and check out what's going on the floor.
When the women's team walked onto the court tonight, they were led by Keely Bowman, knee brace and all. Tonight seems to have been a very special night for Keely. It is her senior night, and as you noticed, she did start the game even though she was taken out after the ceremonial for a sip. Back to you, Brent.
Okay, thanks for that report, Kelly. Scott and I had mentioned a great moment to watch Keely lead her team out for her senior year. William Penn at the line.
Again, that's Christy Dolphin. So Dolphin being aggressive early, getting herself to the line. 2 trips are already. Hey, if you're having trouble scoring baskets, that's an easy way to get points is free throws.
Exactly right. Buena Vista now has opened up an 11-point lead, 21-10. And the starting lineup is back out on the floor for Buena Vista.
As we drop down into a 2-3 zone right now on defense.
Oh, Pepper wide open for the rebound, but shanks the shot, then picks up a foul. Not a great
sequence there for
sequence for Pepper at all there.
But doing a good job. Buena Vista didn't box out. She was able to get the offensive board, just couldn't get the putback to go.
So Angie Patterson setting up the Buena Vista offense now. Grona with a big 3, missing. Brazda trying to put the putback, but can't get it to fall as William Penn clears it. And we should say, if you could hear the stats of Michelle Brazda, just a great 2 years here at Buena Vista, and she has accomplished all of her feats, all of her scoring. She's, I believe, 7th on the, or 8th on the scoring list. This has all been done in just 2 years of play at Buena Vista, because she was a transfer from a community college in Nebraska. So that just kind of shows you what kind of player Michelle Brazda is.
Beavers running. 2-on-3 break and nice ball movement. William Penn is forced to foul. You're right, Eric. Michelle Brazda coming into tonight, probably the leading contender, one of the leading contenders for conference MVP. So last year it was Steph Grono, this year Brazda. So the conference MVP trophy hopefully will stay here in Storm Lake if you're a Beaver fan. Brazda's averaging over 17 points a game this year. Also, key player on the boards, second leading rebounder at over 7.5. So it's just, and again, 4 seniors are going to have to replace all these great players for next season. And as you saw the second team come in at the 16-minute mark, a lot of good sophomores and freshmen. So Coach Berry has still got a bright future for this team.
Exactly right, Scott. And Coach Berry is a tremendous motivator and disciplinarian. She'll get these the younger freshmen and sophomores into the weight room in the postseason and out at open gyms, working hard, going to some camps this summer. And they'll be a force to be reckoned with for many years coming in the Iowa Conference. Oh, nice turnaround. Fader by Steph Grona. Wen gets the foul, so she'll go to the line, count the basket. Excellent time down low that time for Grona.
Grona was so tough down on the baseline. And how many times have we seen that where she knocks down the baseline shots? She's just such a versatile player.
Sinks the free throw. Buena Vista's lead up to 15, 25-10. William Penn trying to break the pressure. Nice little passing that time by William Penn. Feeding the open player, getting a nice shot.
Brazda battling inside, having trouble getting her shots to go down here early. She's working hard in the offensive glass, just can't get the shots to go down. As Beavers still lead it 25-12, 11:06 to go in the half.
And we should remind all of you, support the BVU men's tennis team. That's right, purchase a team t-shirt or a Buena Vista Beavers tennis team cap tonight in the lobby right here at Siebens Fieldhouse. So if you're on your way over, remember to stop by that table. Look at that, that goes and helps the tennis team out. It's a good cause. As Brazda will be going to the free throw line. Sinks the first one. That's her 5th point now tonight, Scott, to Michelle Brazda. There will be a timeout called by William Penn Statesman. So we'll stay right here. Scott, so far, all Buena Vista, really. They've put this press on all night and had 6 turnovers, I believe about 8 turnovers now. Just a great overall game right now.
Yeah, the Beavers coming out tough. Both teams getting into the action. The starters came out, set the tone. Second team came in, and the second team was able to create more turnovers. Second team a little bit smaller, but more quick, and were able to knock down some trays. I believe 4 for 4 from downtown tonight, or actually 4 for 5 since Steph Corona just missed a 3-pointer moments ago. But seniors night, and you wouldn't want the score to be anything else right now if you're a fan of Buena Vista.
We'll be coming out of this timeout. Michelle Brazda still has to shoot the second of her free throws.
And a reminder, stick around at the conclusion of tonight's game. We'll be announcing the Pizza Hut player of the game and off-the-bench contributors.
And thank you very much to Pizza Hut for sponsoring those 2 awards for us this evening. As the delay is Michelle Brazda has some blood on her elbow, and she is the free throw shooter, so they're giving her a chance to clean it off. Make sure everything's okay, and it is. She'll be coming back into your picture momentarily.
Both teams, even though Buena Vista 4 for 5 from 3-point range, Buena Vista shooting just 32% so far. William Penn an ice cold 25%.
So William Penn trying to break this 26-12 lead of Buena Vista's. And there's a shot, just can't fall. Scott, William Penn really hasn't had bad shots. Rim just hasn't been very kind to him thus far, and their shots just haven't been able to fall.
That's right, on the other end, Michelle Brazda getting position down low. She's so tough to stop when that happens.
Another steal by Steph Corona for Buena Vista. Buena Vista will set up their offense once again, trying to add to their lead. Brazda gets a jump ball. This time Buena Vista will maintain possession, take it out underneath their own basket.
A couple substitutions for the Statesmen's. Number 11, Carrie Hunt, re-enters the game, as well as number 35, Christy Dolphin. So a couple starters back in there for Coach Gary Smith.
Buena Vista going down low to Brazda, just off the front limb, but there's Steph, 41, getting the rebound and the putback to add to her career-leading point total.
That and 5 rebounds now after that offensive board for Grono. Check that. That'd be 5 points for Grono so far tonight. Shot clock running down.
Hopkins trying to get the ball. And I need to make a correction. I said Steph Grono was leading in BV history. No, she is the 3rd leading scorer in Buena Vista history. I just got handed my history fact sheet.
That's right. I don't think there's ever going to be a player that can surpass Jeannie DeMars' total back in the late 80s. That was because I believe it was Coach Hirschberg, who was, okay, mistake. I don't know, the coach back in the late 80s, what their whole philosophy was to have the best player on the team basically score most of the points, and that was their shooter for the season. and that's how Jeannie DeMars was able to run up such high point totals. I believe she averaged somewhere in the 30s, 30 points per game both her last 2 seasons, and that's because the whole philosophy of the team it was to feed the best player the ball, and so that's why DeMars is so high.
Well, there's a big block by Dauphin on Brazda. That doesn't happen to Michelle Brazda very often. I'd be looking for her to get a little payback on the defensive side of things.
And a whole host of substitutions going to come in for the Beavers. A brand new 5 in there. So we'll set the lineups for you for the Beavers. It's Heather Dalton, Kinsey Hansen, along with A.J. Nelson. And the front court is Mindy Becker and Alicia Highland.
So now William Penn running the ball down low. Nice shot by Carrie Hunt.
And Eric, that's the second time Carrie Hunt's been able to get down low for that nice position and posting up against Heather Dalton. Dalton, a smaller player, so give the advantage to Hunt.
Becker for a long 2-pointer off the rim.
Mindy Becker showing she's got some range. The 5'10 freshman pulling up from right on the line.
And there, William Penn travels, turning the ball over once again.
Eric, that was the 11th turnover tonight for William Penn.
Just an immense amount of turnovers, Scott, with still 8:22 left in the ball or in the first half. And now Mindy Becker travels. So we've had a pair of traveling calls the last 2 possessions here. One for William Penn and now for Buena Vista. Buena Vista sticking to that full court press.
1-2-1-1 full court
and
press.
Once again, almost got a turnover. As Alicia Highland just got a hand on it, knocking it out of bounds.
Checking in for the Statesman, number 31, Jessie Krause replaces Molly Pickering.
And Scott and I want to remind all of you, immediately following the women's game, stay tuned to Innovation Video because we'll have the men's finale regular season home game coming up against the same William Penn Statesman. And of course it's senior night, and there's 7 solid senior players that'll be honored this evening for the men's side. And again, some terrific players leaving the club. And this year, the class of '94, I should say the class of '98, they came here in '94. Excellent crop of basketball players. They've had tremendous success in their 4 years here at Buena Vista and have really made Buena Vista the Iowa Conference powerhouse that it is right now.
That's right. The seniors, and one thing that's forgotten is they've had 3 different coaches in 4 years. But back to this game, Carrie Hunt right there working for another shot. That's her second basket down low in a row. So Carrie Hunt, I believe 8 points tonight for Carrie Hunt. And she had a steal on the other end. Again, she had 25 points in the first meeting. So Carrie Hunt definitely is stepping up and playing for William Penn.
Mindy Becker does a nice job down low, powering up for 2 points. So now Buena Vista doing a nice job beating William Penn back on offense, not giving him the numbers. And once again, an on-force turnover right there for William Penn. You're not going to win too many ball games, Scott, turning the ball over 12 times with about 14 minutes gone.
That's exactly right. William Penn just shooting themselves in the foot. And right now they're going to go back to a 2-3 zone. So Coach Smith mixing it up on defense between the 2-3 and the man-to-man as the second unit is now in there for Buena Vista.
A.J. Nelson's pass intercepted that time by William Penn, so they'll set it up. Mindy Pickering grabbed the errant pass. And again, shot misses for William Penn. It's 32-18, Buena Vista lead.
And Angie Raveling and Jamie Brower right there, the shot check in for Buena Vista.
Nice shot by Jamie Brower, going high off the glass, Scott, to get that one to fall. So already this early on in the ball game, everybody except 2 people that have dressed so far for Buena Vista have seen action in the ball game.
That time, Beavers getting slow back on transition defense, and Christy Dolphin's able to beat the pack and get the easy lay-in.
AJ Nelson going for the rebound. That's rebounded by Angie Raveling.
Well, I think Buena Vista may cut a break that time. Brower went up for the shot and looked like it was all ball. They called it William Penn with the body foul, so Brower will be on the line with the pair here.
17 fouls already committed by William Penn. So early turnover problems and early foul problems for the Statesmen. And that's what's created this 14-point deficit right now. 34-20 is Buena Vista's lead. Both free throws missing. Going out of bounds, the Statesmen will maintain possession.
Once again, the full court press set up by Buena Vista. We'll see how Statesmen handle it this time.
And not very well, Scott, as Mindy Becker intercepts the pass for another turnover. Nice passing by Buena Vista around the perimeter and down low by the baseline.
Yeah, it's Alicia Highland driving left, going baseline, and the bounce pass just a little bit short. Brower had a tough time handling, but she's able to pick it up and draw the foul. So she's going to go to her second trip to the line in less than a minute for Brower.
She makes good on the first one. And the second one bounces around but does not fall. William Penn with the rebound. And they're going the other way, setting up their offense. And this time, an over-the-back violation, or foul, excuse me, on Mindy Becker. Kind of got too much body.
Becker just sticking her hand in there trying to knock the ball away, gets called for the foul.
William Penn started underneath their own basket, has it out top, setting it up. Really looking inside, trying to work the post players. But this time a pushing foul the opposite way on the offense. That's Christy Dauphin pushed off on Mindy Becker. That's already her third foul in the ball game. Scott and Mindy Becker will go the free throw line as Buena Vista's in the bonus.
That's right, just one foul away now from the double bonus. We're at the 5:02 mark, so Buena Vista chance here in the last 5 minutes of the first half to get some easy points at the free throw line. Number 55, Jennifer Pepper, checking back in along with number 11, Carrie Hunt. It's two of the best players for the Statesmen back in the game. Chance for them to maybe go on a run here. At least that's what Coach Smith is hoping for.
So Mindy Becker making the first of her 1-and-1 and the second. So a good time and a productive time at the free throw line for Mindy Becker.
She's got 4 points tonight off the bench.
William Penn looking to the outside and finally makes a basket after about a 3-minute dry spell. That's Molly Pickering, Scott, with the two-pointer.
And what created that open shot for Pickering is Carrie Hunt. Buena Vista had to double down low against Hunt. Hunt was able to kick it back out, and Pickering had just enough room to get off the shot.
So Mindy Becker, her third foul. So the only Buena Vista player right now in any type of foul trouble. Timeout, William Penn.
37-22, Buena Vista leads it, 4:33 to go.
And we will be back in about 30 seconds right after this.
For the great taste of fresh pizza, Pizza Hut is the only way to go. Pizza Hut only uses the freshest ingredients and toppings on your pizza. Whether it's pan pizza, hand-tossed, or thin crust, Pizza Hut has the pizza for you. Try the spectacular lunch buffet or scrumptious salad bar. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered. Your pizza is always fresh, hot, and delicious. Pizza Hut, making it great again and again.
All right, welcome back. I'm Eric Ria, and my sidekick tonight is Scott Heinley. The season finale home game for the Buena Vista Beavers right here, and we're back at the live action. You can see William Penn's ball. Traveling call, go back to the Beavers.
Buena Vista right now up 15 points. They basically had a 10 to 15 point lead throughout much of this first half. And all but 2 players have played so far, so both the first and second team doing a very good job tonight.
Foul that time, Michelle Brazda, slap on the hand while she's going for a shot, so she'll go to the free throw line now. A two-shot foul.
On the season, Michelle Brazda is shooting 75% from the free throw line.
We've been talking so much about the last game at home. This is also the last telecast for Innovation Video Sports. They're taking a little break for the rest of the year. The rest of the sports here, it's not conducive to us being able to film the games for you guys out there. But they'll be back next year, like always, doing the football games out there in the cold fall weather, bringing all the Beaver football action, and of course, volleyball, wrestling, and basketball are also on the slate for next year. So everybody's got to stay tuned for that.
And as Michelle Brazda misses the free throw, Eric, this is your last game working for Innovation Video. Of course, you've been a mainstay the last 4 years doing play-by-play in color. So, hey, good luck with your future and everything. And
need to find a job before I need to graduate before I can say I won't be here anymore. Also, our director tonight, Matt Wagner, friend of mine. It's his last game. So we're doing our farewell tour here, kind of. But let's get back to the basketball action at hand. 38-22, Beaver lead. Statesman at the line. That's number 43, Karen Allen, a senior from Baxter, Iowa. Not connecting. And Ashley Reynolds, that's open. Just can't connect.
Nice. Off getting the long carom is Patterson.
It's always nice to see little Angie Patterson in there getting the rebounds, being the point guard and one of the smallest players on the floor. She is in there getting loose balls.
But always getting 100%. That time, Buena Vista 2 open looks at threes, and they come up 0 for 2. Michelle Brazda that time looked like a clean strip. They blow the whistle out of her.
A little late call also by the ref, but
as you see Coach Berry, she's kind of shaking her head on that one.
That's their second foul on Brazda, as Pepper will go to the line now for the Statesman. That's the 8th team foul Buena Vista's committed. Pepper good on the first one.
Cuts the lead to 15 points. And I think a key for William Penn here in the final 3:16 of the first half is to cut the lead down to single digits. Might give them some confidence going into the locker room.
So we'll see. They're not putting any full court pressure or anything like that on. They'll fall back into, looks like a man-to-man. Buena Vista passes around, looking for the open shot.
Now they go.
Hopkins for 3. That's her second.
And give Lori Hopkins 7 points. So Hopkins once again continues her excellent play, especially some scoring contributions in the last few weeks.
Hopkins, one of the 3 Buena Vista women players that plan on getting married this summer to her boyfriend, who will be at the National Wrestling Tournament, Brian Wallace. representing Buena Vista there. Michelle Brazda ripping down a big board. She goes up, nothing can fall. Hopkins gets it.
That's the third offensive board for the Beavers that series. Hopkins had it stripped away, but Angie Patterson got down low, kept this drive alive, and Buena Vista just couldn't make the shots.
Pepper from the elbow. She can't connect too hard. Steph Grono pulls down the rebound. Angie Patterson running the floor for the Beavers. And she traveled. So a lot of travels being called this evening.
Yeah, that time Patterson just walked with it. It's a little bit in too much of a hurry to get the ball down to the far baseline where Hopkins was eyeing up for a three.
So the Statesmen will try to cut in to this 17-point Buena Vista lead, 41-24, and they do with a two-pointer.
Left wing, that's Carrie Hunt. Carrie Hunt basically carrying the William Penn team on her back tonight. I believe she's got 11 points. Check out her stat man, Chuck, and he'll get us an update.
And that was a three-pointer by Hunt, not a two-pointer like I'd said, but Buena Vista being able to come right back and answer with a two-pointer of their own. So 120 remaining in this first half of Buena Vista women's basketball action. Double dribble on the Statesman. Scott just the 15th turnover that time. Just unforced turnovers and forced turnovers are killing the Statesmen right now. They would be well in this game if it was not for all the turnovers.
And A.J. Nelson replaces Angie Patterson at the point.
And also Kinsey Hansen checking in for Michelle Brazda. Don't want Brazda to get a foolish third foul before halftime. See Steph Grono with a turnaround jumper in the baseline, her second point.
45-27 Beavers. Michelle Brazda taking a seat. She's had been plagued by foul problems throughout this year. Coach Berry trying to keep her fresh for the second half.
Hunt for three, nothing but the bottom of the net for the Statesman, Kari Hunt.
Carrie Hunt, 14 points now and hit her second three in a row.
Oh, but Ashley Reynolds answers right back, right in the face of Hunt with a three-pointer of her own.
It's her second three of the game, so give Ashley Reynolds 6.
Buena Vista doing an excellent job behind the arc this evening.
William Penn missed their shot. I might thought they were going to hold for one, but they had an open look down low, so now Buena Vista a chance to get off the last shot here.
They go down low to Grono, who gets fouled. She'll go to the free throw line with 4 seconds remaining, trying to expand on the Buena Vista 18-point lead.
On the other end, the Statesman had a good look down low. Lynette Gudenkoff was all alone. She just blew the layup. And so Buena Vista is now going to have a chance to tack on a couple more at the line.
Trying to get to the 50 mark before halftime, hopefully to break the century mark in tonight's game. And stay tuned as the Buena Vista drill team, the Starlets, will be performing for us. They just coming fresh off a trip to Minneapolis. I have not heard the result of how they did up there, but they went to a national drill team competition up in the cities. So back performing for the first time since that trip.
Coach Berry leaving the locker room has got to be very pleased on senior night here at Siebens Fieldhouse as Buena Vista goes into the locker room up 49-30.
So here come the Starlets coming onto, as here they come onto the floor for your home viewing and our live viewing pleasure. I'll turn it over to the PA system and the Buena Vista Starlets. All right, the Buena Vista Starlets drill team. Nice job that time. But we'll be back shortly, but right now we're going to throw it to a little break. But stay tuned to Innovation Video and more Buena Vista women's basketball action.
About to run into trouble again.
Hey, Bobo, where's your video game? In here. Well, look at this. Uh-oh. It's my dad's. You want to hold it? What'll I do?
You'll see, but that's not the only problem he has.
Hey, here's a shortcut. Not down there, Square. I don't think it's safe. Come on, the coast is clear. I'm not taking a chance, Lance. Oh, no. Well, hello, Dogface. Come to give us your sneakers.
Uh-oh, trouble again, Scruff. What are you gonna do now?
I don't know.
If you get my new comic activity book, More Adventures with Scruff, you'll find out what you can do about bullies, drugs, and guns.
Am I the hero again?
You'll see. And you'll see lots of games.
Cool.
For your free copy of my new comic activity book, write Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. And you'll be helping take a bite out of crime.
I want it.
For the great taste of fresh pizza, Pizza Hut is the only way to go. Pizza Hut only uses the freshest ingredients and toppings on your pizza. Whether it's pan pizza, hand-tossed, or thin crust, Pizza Hut has the pizza for you. Try the spectacular lunch buffet or scrumptious salad bar. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered. Your pizza is always fresh, hot, and delicious. Pizza Hut, making it great again and again.
Welcome back to Stevens Fieldhouse for halftime of the women's basketball game. Right now we're going to toss it to an interview with Marge Willitson, who's the head softball coach, with our own Stacy Mraz.
Hello, Beaver basketball fans. Hope everybody's enjoying tonight's game against William Penn. Well, we're going to take a little preview at what our softball season holds for Buena Vista this year. Coach Marge Willitson is sitting right beside me, and she'll give us a little bit about what she expects for the team this season. Thanks a lot for coming over today, Coach.
Thanks, Stacy. We're really looking forward to this season. We have a lot more depth this year, a lot more experience. We've got some great senior leadership that we're looking forward to having, and we're ready to start our ball games. We've been inside practicing now for about 4 weeks, and a couple more weeks and we'll have our first game.
Now, inside practice kind of makes players a little itchy to get outside. Do you know exactly maybe when your field will be ready to play on?
Well, I check it every day to see if the frost is out and it's dry enough to play. I would expect that if the weather will cooperate like it has, we should be out any time. We're hoping, in fact, to go out very soon now.
Now, do you guys have any problems with indoor injuries? I know like track has a lot of problems with, maybe shin splints. Does softball experience any of that?
Yes, we do. Most of ours are bruises from getting hit by a pitch or hit by a ball off the floor because it comes off real quick. And visibility inside is not as good as outside, but just little things like, muscle strains from running in the gym. Nothing really too serious most often.
Now, I can imagine that practicing inside probably, I know it has its drawbacks. But what are some of the things that you can work on, or some of the things that you can stretch out?
Well, we work a lot on hitting. We have our 2 batting cages, so we spend a lot of time on the hitting phase of the game. We can work a lot of drills with our infielders because we can set up the infield in the gym. The ones who get the least amount of practice are the outfielders because you just can't get the throwing distance. And fielding the ball off the lights in the gym is difficult, but hitters, pitchers, and infielders get a pretty good workout.
Something a lot of people off campus might not know about the softball team is that you guys have really worked hard this year to raise money for your spring trip.
Yes, I feel like sometimes my job is a fundraiser rather than a coach. We've had 2 candy sales, we've had carnation sales, we've had Santagrams, we've had stadium cushions, all trying to earn enough money to go to our spring trip in Orlando, Florida.
And another thing, you guys are always working the concession stand. We always see you there when we're taping the games. So if anybody's there tonight, you might want to stop by and support the softball team in their endeavors. Now you guys are going to Florida for spring break.
Right. We leave March 21st and come back the 28th. We'll play 10 games down in Florida. We have 2 games every day we're there, except for one, and that's our day off. And it's a great trip. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. We won't have tornadoes like they had just recently, because that was fairly close to where we play. Another interesting thing, Stacy, we are playing in an indoor arena up in Minneapolis on March 13th and 14th. And it's a tournament being sponsored by St. Thomas University. And it's an actual indoor dome. They have the bases cut out with dirt and AstroTurf. So we'll have a little bit of an opportunity to play some games before we go on spring break.
All right, well, thanks a lot for coming over today, Coach, and
Thank you.
we look forward to seeing a successful season from you.
We hope we have a lot of students there at our first opening game. We do have a lot of home games this year, so we hope we can do very well this year.
All right, well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Let's see what our Beaver basketball teams have in store for us coming up next.
Back at Siebens Fieldhouse. I'm Eric Rhea along with Scott Heinley. It's 49-30 Buena Vista with the lead. We'll be taking another quick break, and then we'll be right back to talk about some of the stats and see some highlights. So stay tuned to Innovation Video. Okay, welcome back. I'm Eric Rhea, and with me, my sidekick tonight is Scott Heinley. Scott, you got some halftime stats for us with Buena Vista leading 49-30. Really, Buena Vista looks like they've been dominating this game. They've caused a tremendous amount of turnovers by William Penn. Just an excellent all-around game so far for Buena Vista.
Definitely seniors night, and the team is pumped up, ready to play. Came out of the locker room, built a big lead. Everybody, all but 2 players from Buena Vista played and contributed tonight. Let's take a look at the halftime stats. Neither team shooting the ball real well. Buena Vista 38%, William Penn 43%. So it's interesting to note that William Penn outshooting Buena Vista. The key stat here being William Penn has only shot 28 times, so Buena Vista 42 times. So that tells you one thing, well, turnovers. William Penn has twice as many turnovers as Buena Vista. They have 15. So having trouble handling Buena Vista's full court pressure. Buena Vista basically, I'd say about 90% of the time going with the full court press tonight, trying to cause those turnovers. 3-pointers, both teams hitting Buena Vista 6 out of 10, so 60% from three-point land for Buena Vista. Also able to get to the line, Buena Vista 11 out of 19. Meanwhile, William Penn only 4 for 7. So take a look at some of the leading scores. Buena Vista led in double figures. Michelle Brasta has 10 points, and Steph Grono has 8 points and 8 rebounds. So Steph Grono well on her way to double-double. For William Penn, Carrie Hunt, she has 14 points on 2 3-pointers. So, and there's only 3 other players at 4 points from William Penn. So Carrie Hunt really carrying the Statesman team on her shoulders tonight, Eric.
Okay, thank you for all that, Scott. We've told you about it. Now we're going to show you about it. Here are some highlights from the first half of that Buena Vista women's basketball team. All right, there you see the highlights of that first half. Both teams are now out warming up for the start of the second half. 1 minute remaining before we get going into that second half of the season finale. 49-30, there's the score, Buena Vista with the lead. Scott, like you'd said, a real balanced scoring attack so far for Buena Vista. Michelle Brazda with 10, and then 8, 7, and 6 below that for Buena, Hopkins, and Reynolds. So Buena Vista really distributing the ball well, getting everybody involved.
Yeah, definitely right, Eric. And I guess we'll see if that continues in the second half.
Okay, well, we're going to take a 30-second break. When we come back, it'll be the second half ready to get started.
Thanks, Ben.
And we're back here at Siebens Fieldhouse on the cold campus of Buena Vista University. The Statesmen starting the second half with the ball.
Carrie Hunt working underneath, trying to pick off right where she left off at the end of the first half. Led the team with 14 points right there, just couldn't get the shot to go.
So now Buena Vista with their first possession of the second half, trying to add to their lead. And that's Steph Grono with a long jumper, just short.
Steph Grono needs only 2 more points and 2 boards tonight to go for the double-double.
She is an amazing player, Scott. It's one of the most decorated women athletes in Buena Vista history, especially on the basketball court. And the Statesmen are the first to strike in the second half with a 2-pointer. Is at 49-32 now.
And right away, Coach Gary Smith must have told his team in the locker room, let's get the ball down low. And that time it was Pepper getting underneath for the lay-in as Grono answers with her second point, second basket here in the second half.
Yeah, wide open at the elbow. William Penn can't do that. So William Penn now running. That's Carrie Hunt. Wild pass out of bounds. Buena Vista, once again, one of those turnovers. That's the 16th one in the game now for William Penn. Ashley Reynolds doing a nice job kind of coming up and helping Steph Grono out, getting that inbounds pass.
Statesman open up in a man-to-man defense again.
Buena Vista passing the ball around, getting down, scraping for the ball. Michelle Brazda with the rebound. She's pushed in the back on the shot, so she'll be going to the line for 2.
51-32, 18-23 to go, second half.
Brazda going to the line. Sinks the first one easily. Michelle Brazda very good at the free throw line, 75% on the year. And as soon as I say that, I jinxed her as she missed the second of the 2 shots. So William Penn trying to get their offense started.
Good defense by Ashley down there on the baseline, forcing Hunt to get the ball up.
Nice cross-court passing that time by the Statesmen. off the rim, but goes out of bounds off of Ashley Reynolds. Statesman will maintain possession underneath the hoop. Not really sure what William Penn uses for the women's team, if it's Statesmen or Stateswomen. For this women, we'll say Statesmen, that's what we got in the program, so if anybody's offended, don't holler at me. I'm just reading what I have in front of me. It's Buena Vista trying to set their offense up now. That's Angie Patterson controlling the point.
Braza had it stripped away. Nice job by Pickering coming across and just getting a hand in there.
A good crowd starting to filter in now for the second half, but a quiet crowd, not really boisterous thus far. Oh, nice look that time by Ashley Reynolds for the cross-court open pass to Lori Hopkins. Excellent vision that time by Ashley Reynolds to get that there, Scott.
Lori Hopkins now 9 points tonight. And she did a good job releasing and running the floor. Buena Vista, excellent execution on the 3-2 fast break. BV now in 2-3 zone here.
Pickering drives the lane. Her shot doesn't foul. William Penn, it's like a lid has been put on their basket. They just can't get him to foul. And here they foul.
Angie Patterson took a pretty big spill that time. She got tripped up.
And you really don't like seeing Angie Patterson falling like that because she does have that knee in the heavy brace, but it's still gimpy. This is the first year she has played with the brace on.
That's right. First year she's played a full season. A lot of discussion. People wondering if Patterson has lost a step over the years. That she came in as a freshman, lightning quick. Obviously, she's still very quick, but it's unfortunate those 2 knee surgeries may have affected her a little bit. Anytime you sit out 4 or 5 months during the basketball season, you're going to lose. You're going to lose some of your touch and fall behind a little bit some of the other players. So, Angie Patterson will do a nice job getting back in the starting lineup this year and leading this team.
As her substitute, AJ Nelson, trying for a steal. Doesn't get it. Hunt tries for a 3-pointer. It misses. So Nelson bringing the Beavers up the court. I'll find Steph behind the arc. Oh, and that's good. Oh, no, they're only giving her 2, saying her foot was on the line.
Grona wide open that time, top of the key. AJ Nelson with the recognition and the assist.
That's off the fingertips of Gudenkoff.
56-32, 16:04 left, second half.
And AJ Nelson, the floor general for Buena Vista at the moment. Lori Hopkins looking inside to Michelle Brazda. Can't get it there, and it goes off the fingertips of Brazda and out of bounds.
Christy Dolphin checks back in for the Statesman, replacing number 41, Lynette Gudenkoff.
Nice pass that time by Pickering to Dolphin. Pickering doing a nice job of finding the open player underneath the basket, and Dolphin finishing it for 2 points for the Statesman. Brazda backing down low. She can't get it to fall, but is fouled by Dolphin, and that's Dolphin's 4th. So coming off the bench. Oh, they switched it to
Andrea Weber, number 53, picked up the foul. That's her 4th. Number 35 down low. Got the tough matchup assignment tonight going up against Michelle Brazda. Don't envy anybody that has to guard Michelle Brazda man-to-man. But Weber picks up her 4th foul. Coach Smith leaving her in the game. Confidence, apparently, she can stay out of that foul trouble and stay in there. So.
Yeah, well, that's no way that's Andrea Weber. That was 35 Dolphin who fouled. The PA announcer had it wrong here, yeah, Scott.
Exactly.
We're going to have to rely on ourselves from now on and not the PA system. And there is Dolphin backing low, getting the ball stripped by Grono, but saying she got a little piece of the hand. Hand in the arm there by Steph Grono. Her 1st foul. as the 5-player substitution will be in effect once again for the Beavers.
Yeah, we'll set the lineups for you. Coming back in is Angie Patterson, the junior, Heather Dalton also in the backcourt, a sophomore, Mindy Becker and Kinsey Hansen, the freshman, and Alicia Highland, the sophomore in there, the swing player.
William Penn able to convert on that basket. 57-36 now as the Buena Vista lead, 21 points.
14:55 to go regulation. Coach Berry did the same thing as in the first half, bringing in the second team with about 5 minutes gone in the half. So that seems to be our substitution pattern tonight.
Pretty smart move by Coach Berry. These younger players need to get some good and quality game experience underneath their belts because they're the ones that'll be taking the load next year. You do have Ashley Reynolds and Angie Patterson coming back. Will be the senior leaders next year for Buena Vista.
But this second team in there has been doing it all year long. I mean, they've Coach Berry consistently playing 10 or 12 players all year, and these players in here right now have had a huge impact on the season. Definitely, Buena Vista would not have won as many games without that deep bench and without the contributions of this second team.
So now Buena Vista with possession. Becker down low, trying for a shot.
And did you see Buena Vista get the ball down to Becker right away, trying to get the 5th foul on number 35, Dolphin. And that time Dolphin did a good job standing her ground and going straight up against Becker.
So Buena Vista will take it out underneath their own basket. Oh, Angie Patterson wide open. Highland missed her though. Kinsey Hansen going for the shot. Blocked out of bounds by the Statesman. So Buena Vista will try it from the other side of the basket, and out of bounds play. As Hunt re-enters for the Statesman. Currently the only real scoring threat the Statesmen have showed tonight is Carrie Hunt.
She's got 16 tonight, and Buena Vista turns the ball over, and Coach Berry a little bit upset on the sidelines.
That's a 5-second call. Keeping the ball a little too long underneath the basket out of bounds. So the Statesmen try to cut into this 21-point Buena Vista lead.
Buena Vista basically with a four-guard lineup in there right now. If you want to say Kinsey Hansen, not really a true forward player, just kind of a swing player. Only really post player in there right now is Mindy Becker for the Beavers. So Coach Berry going with the smaller and quicker lineup.
As Heather Dalton trying to get it down low to Mindy Becker. Loses it.
Megan Linke, quick hands, getting the steal off of Dalton.
So now the Statesmen trying again to break into the 21-point lead.
Jennifer Pepper being aggressive, going left-handed with the drive, and at least she gets the line for William Penn trying to make things happen.
So Pepper will be going to the free throw line, but we'll throw it down to Carrie with a floor report. What do you got for us, Carrie?
Thanks, Scott and Eric. Right now I'm here with President Fred Moore. And Fred, how do you think things are going this year for both of the basketball teams?
Well, Kelly, we're very proud of both teams this year. As always, Coach Berry and Coach Van Haften's teams play extremely well. They win a lot of ball games, and they do it with a lot of class. Very unselfish, pass the ball around a lot, look for a good shot, and great defense. And that's what makes for a successful program. So we're very proud of both teams.
Okay, you've kind of been hinting around about the American Heritage Lecture Series, whoever that's going to be this coming semester. Can you give us any hints or any clues about who it's going to be?
Well, I can't tell you who it is. We have finalized that. It'll be October the 9th. And it is another blockbuster of a name. And the only hint I can give you is that this person is an authority on probably what is one of the 5 most important questions in the world today. And it's probably been one of the 5 most important issues for a long, long time. So there's a hint. So watch the media.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Kelly.
Now back up to the guys at the bench.
Okay, thank you for that, Kelly. And it's always nice to see the president of Buena Vista University, Fred Moore. He's a mainstay at these games, always out cheering on the Beavers. Big sports fan himself. But let's get back to live action as Buena Vista has the ball.
during Kelly's floor report, Alicia Highland getting open beyond the three-point arc and knocked it down. So get an update on Buena Vista's three-point shooting tonight, shooting a very excellent total. I believe 7 out of 11 for the night. So that's well over 50%.
So 7 seconds remaining in the shot clock as Buena Vista tries for a shot. And Mindy Becker, they're giving a jump ball. Really looked like some hands were slapping Mindy Becker's arms, but they got a jump ball. William Penn will gain control.
William Penn trying to cut in a 20-point lead. Mindy Becker, William Penn doing a good job getting the hands on the ball. Mindy Becker has that tendency as a young post player, once she gets the ball, to keep the ball down low, where she should just take it quick up for the shot, but she leaves the ball down there where the littler players can get their hands in there and create some problems. And waiting to check in, we have a brand new 5 for the Buena Vista as well as a William Penn player.
It's got to be pretty intimidating when when Coach Smith and the rest of the William Penn bench look down and see all new 5 faces coming in for Buena Vista. That's a great opportunity to get rest, Scott, and coming in here being fresh legs all the time. Every 6 minutes have new pairs of legs come in the game.
And that's why Buena Vista is able to full court press so much and move up tempo, because they are fresh. And so the brand new 5 in there for Buena Vista: AJ Nelson, Lori Hopkins, Steph Grono, Michelle Brazda, and Ashley Reynolds. So the 4 starters in there plus AJ Nelson. And on the line, Christy Dolphin, who has 4 fouls. So Coach Smith staying with Dolphin. Dolphin still feels confident, I guess, to be aggressive on the offense and avoid picking up that offensive foul.
As 22nd timeout was called by William Penn. Scott coming into the second half, a 19-point lead right now for Buena Vista. Buena Vista really hasn't been able to take control and just totally shut down William Penn yet. William Penn, they're down by 19 with 11:40 left in the game, but still actually in striking distance. Yeah,
they're going to have to make a run here and get the lead to single digits within the next 4 or 5 minutes if they want to do anything. But Buena Vista just playing they've had basically a 20-point lead throughout much of the half. And I tell you what, tonight I think it could be the socks. We brought up the Dr. Seuss knee-high socks, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not.
As Hunt picks off a Buena Vista pass from Steph Grono, trying to get it over to Lori Hopkins.
Carrie Hunt playing the passing lanes, doing a great job anticipation, taking it coast to coast to the rack. She's got 18 now to lead the Statesmen.
And like you had mentioned in our pregame, Scott, she had 25 points in the first game of these two teams meeting, and so she's kind of the scorer. She's the Michael Jordan for William Penn.
And on the other end, Steph Grono with the answer, hitting the far wing shot. She's got 14 for Buena Vista.
Pickering trying for a long, that was Link, excuse me, trying for a long three-pointer, cannot connect. Ashley Reynolds bringing up the court. Nice dish to Grono. Oh, a hook shot, puts it down, gets the foul.
Great body control at times. Steph Grono, she got the foul, was able to hang in the air and still get the shot up. That's great body control, and that comes through weight training. And she's on the line, chance of making a three-point play.
It's really nice to see these seniors making the most of their night. Steph Grono, Michelle Braz, and Lori Hopkins, all three having excellent games.
And let's not forget Keely Bowman, who has been there right throughout, has been basically the leader of this team in the last 3 years. And tonight she led the team. Oh!
Steph Grono saying, get it out of there. Beavers stick with it, finally get it back. Ashley can't connect, either can Michelle Brazda, but AJ Nelson pulls down the rebound. Oh, great hustle, Scott, by Buena Vista. That's why they've been so successful these last 3 years.
And right away going right down low to Brazda, who can't hit it. Steph Grono on the other end. Ow, that was a vicious block. But I was mentioning about Keely Bowman before that block. Keely led the team out on the floor before practice warm-ups tonight and got the ceremonial starting nod, and William Penn was gracious enough to let Buena Vista get the tip, and then they controlled the tip to Bowman. Bowman called timeout, and she was replaced in the lineup by Ashley Reynolds.
And that's what Division III Iowa Conference basketball is all about, Scott. Just the love of the game. Most of these young women know they don't have a chance to get into the ABL or the WNBA, but they love to play basketball, and it's been a great tradition for both teams and the Iowa Conference.
Steph Grono, she is in the zone. She's feeling it in the last 3 or 4 minutes here, doing it on both the offensive and the defensive sides of the court, getting the block and hitting the three-pointers, getting the conventional three-point play, and right there knocking it down from about 15. So Steph Grono, she's got the hot hand. Look for the Beavers to keep feeding her the ball.
Steph saving that one from going out of bounds, but Lori Hopkins can't save it on the side. So William Penn will get it back. A 67-43 Buena Vista lead with 9:08 remaining in the game. Like we said, don't go anywhere. Don't turn your TV sets. After immediately following this game at approximately 8 o'clock, the men will tip it off for one last time in the friendly confines of Siebens Fieldhouse during the regular season. Oh, excellent pass, Scott, by A.J. Nelson into Gronow. Gronow able to finish it.
A.J. Nelson, she's played a great game off the bench. I'd have to say she's a leading candidate for our player of the game, or off the bench contributor award tonight. She sees the floor so well and just dishing off to the lane. The player's right there with the putback. So A.J. Nelson doing a great job tonight.
Gronow for three, and that is a three this time. No doubt about it. Steph Gronow is in the zone.
24 points for Steph Gronow. Give her 16 in the second half, so she is lighting it up all over the place. Hey, William Penn's got to recognize that. They're going to do something different, maybe double team her, because she is just killing them right now.
As Buena Vista now opening up a 29-point lead, and Pepper can't connect. It's the Steph Gronow show right now. She got the rebound. Ashley Reynolds pulls up for a little jumper. She can't connect.
Ashley that time pulled up when maybe she should have just kept going and take it strong to the hole. But on that last three-point shot by Gronow, give credit to A.J. Nelson once again for dribbling in, kind of creating a huge pick for Gronow, and she had all the time in the world to shoot that.
Brazda down low, rainbow shot, that's good.
Well, Brazda's working down low against number 35, Christy Dolphin, who's been playing with 4 fouls now for the last 7 or 8 minutes. Not much Dolphin can do once Brazda gets the ball down low. She's pretty much got to turn her loose.
And Brazda clearing that rebound. Got deflected off a Statesman's hand. Off a Hunt's hand, deflected out of bounds, so it'll be Buena Vista ball.
And hey, we got a great stat here from our statistician Chuck. In the second half, Steph Gronow has scored 16 points, while William Penn has scored 15. So Steph single-handedly outscoring William Penn here in the second half.
Nelson looking down her feet, make sure she's behind that free three-point arc and launching one.
And once again, you got to give credit to Buena Vista setting the picks. And three-point shooting tonight is well over 50%, hovering right around 60%. And the reason for that is just as you mentioned, she had a chance to look down at the three-point line, spot it up, and just couldn't hit the shot. But they're having all the time in the world to get off those three-pointers tonight.
Brower just kind of throwing one up. Her answers were not, or her prayers were not answered, I should say. Getting a little tongue-tied up here, Scott.
29-point lead, 6:04 to go in this one. Nice trap down low by Grono and Hopkins to create the steal.
Well, I gotta say, William Penn is lucky Buena Vista has not been shooting better from the field, because this would be an immense blowout if they did. They've been robbing William Penn left and right so far tonight. And there's a shot. They're gonna get Lori Hopkins on the foul.
Personal foul number 43, Lori Hopkins, her first.
I believe it'll be a 1-and-1. I don't think she was shooting. So Dauphin at the line, connecting on her first. As Angie Patterson has checked into the ball game for AJ Nelson. Steph Grono, the lone senior out there right now with 3 sophomores and a freshman. Angie Raveling, Alicia Highland, Angie Patterson, and Jamie Brower out there for Buena Vista.
And William Penn looks to be patient right now, take a little time off the clock.
There's a shot from the elbow that's good for Pickering.
Patterson going all the way, taking it in, being aggressive. On the floor right now for Buena Vista, 2 players from Newell, Iowa, Jamie Brower and I guess AJ Nelson has checked out, but Jamie Brower on the floor right now for Buena Vista, and their former high school team, Newell Fonda, in a huge game tonight, Class 1A girls action for the right to go to state. Number 5 Sac City playing number 3 Newell Fonda, and that is just a huge game across town. That might be the reason for fewer fans being here tonight, but with 2 minutes gone in the second quarter, it was all tied at 20. And I tell you something, even if you're not a high school girls basketball fan, that game is something else. Both those teams playing in the Northwest Conference, they saw each other twice in the regular season, with Newell Fonda winning by 2 points each game. So we're going to be trying to give you updates on that game as the night wears on. And we'll let you know who wins that one, because that is just a huge game for anyone around Northwest Iowa. Both teams deserve to go, but that's what makes March Madness fun. Only one team can go on, so we'll be giving you updates on that.
All right, and as Dauphin, we've been talking about her foul problems, picked up her 5th, so she is out of the game. I want to remind everybody, be sure to tune into Innovation Video to watch the only live newscast produced in Storm Lake. That's Innovation News. It's a 20-minute broadcast of the local, national, and regional weather, news, and sports. The newscasts aired live at 6:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, only on Innovation Video Channel 3. And it's all student-run, so it's always your source for the best coverage of news and events in the Storm Lake and Buena Vista University area.
Kinsey Hansen doing a great job getting the old board on that rebound and with the putback up and in.
Angie Patterson getting the rebound and fouled from behind by Pepper. So that's Jennifer Pepper from Sterling, Illinois. She's a senior for the Statesmen, only her first Statesman. They have some good returners coming. We got that Carrie Hunt. She's only a junior. Megan Link's seen some good quality time. She's only a junior. And Molly Pickering, who I've been really impressed with so far this game. She's only a sophomore, so they should be contending in the next couple of years.
That's right, but tonight they're just hoping Pepper with the shot. They're just hoping to get their main people to stay in the game. Pepper on the floor right now playing with 4 fouls and just fouling out moments ago, as I think we mentioned. It was number 35, Chrissy Dolphin.
Heather Dalton sinks a 3-pointer.
on the season, Heather Dalton has been the marksman from downtown, especially in the last month or so. She's that was her 13th three-pointer, but she's really come on, especially in the last month or so, off the bench to provide a scoring punch. And tonight she's 2 for 2 from downtown. So.
And that opens up Buena Vista's lead to 80-49. So 31-point lead for Buena Vista as the 3 seniors make their way back onto the court. With 3:25 remaining in this ball game, they'll probably be in here for the next 2 minutes and then take a seat
for one last curtain call.
Exactly right, Scott. And now it looks like Coach Barry's ready to get one other player in, and there's a timeout. And we'll be leaving momentarily, but stay tuned to Innovation Video for more live women's basketball action.
For the great taste of fresh pizza, Pizza Hut is the only way to go. Pizza Hut only uses the freshest ingredients and toppings on your pizza. Whether it's pan pizza, hand tossed, or thin crust, Pizza Hut has the pizza for you. Try the spectacular lunch buffet or scrumptious salad bar. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered. Your pizza is always fresh, hot, and delicious. Pizza Hut, making it great again and again.
All right, back here in the Siebens Fieldhouse, 3:25 remaining, 80-49, the Buena Vista lead. A great way to finish out the season at home for the Beavers. Right now, all 3 seniors are in. Steph Grono, Michelle Braza, and Lori Hopkins, with Angie Raveling and Heather Dalton at the guard positions. So William Penn backing it way out.
As Buena Vista extends its 2-3 zone. William Penn playing a little bit of slowdown here, 4 corners. Not sure why with 3:12 left, down by 31 points.
10 seconds remaining on the shot clock, and that's when they decide to bring it in. Pepper can't get it to fall, and Brazda clears the board. Michelle Brazda will pick up her 3rd personal foul. And I believe that is it for the seniors in this ball game. Standing ovation from this crowd. They all deserve it. Scott, the accolades for those 3 seniors on the plane right now, and of course Keely Bowman on the bench. 3 conference championships in 3 years. Can't say anything more about them. Just had excellent careers, all of them.
Exactly, and as Pepper hits the free throw, I mean, what can you say? They've come in with Coach Barry, built a tradition, built an excellent women's basketball tradition, 3 in a row conference titles, last year advancing to the Sweet 16, and basically will be remembered as the best team, one of the best teams in the history of Buena Vista basketball, and have players like Stephanie Grono and Michelle Brazda have etched their names in the record books. Steph Grono virtually in the top 10 in every single statistical category, and even Michelle Brazda only playing 2 years, as you mentioned earlier in the show, that she's still in the top 10 in points scored. And you got to give credit still to Keely Bowman, even though she's on the bench. She has basically been the leader of the team the last couple years. And it's unfortunate that she had the ACL, MCL injury early in the year, which sidelined her. But definitely Keely Bowman is a cornerstone of that group as well.
As number 55, Sally Rezabek, and 51, Nicole Grubb, have entered the game for their first action. And that was, as all of you saw there, Jamie Brower with a 3-pointer. Bombed it to open this lead up to 32 points. 83-51, 2:12 remaining.
And Buena Vista has not trailed in this ball game, led by 20 points throughout much of the game, and just have opened it up here in the second half. due to the credit of Steph Grono, she 16 second half points. At one point outscoring William Penn 16-15 in the first 10 minutes of the second half alone. So Steph Grono coming to play in her final regular season game.
And Jamie Brower lighting it up right now. She scores 2 and the foul, so she's going to the line to try to convert the three-point play.
And off the bench tonight, Jamie Brower, 8 points. She's going to be counted on heavily next season. She can make it 9 points for the night with that. Sally Resbeck working hard on the offensive boards, keeping it alive. And then Nicole Grubb gets the board.
So all Buena Vista players that dress tonight or have their name in the statistical book. Oh, and Heather Dalton.
Yeah, you can't let Heather get that open from the three-point land. She knocks it down. Time picked up a nice screen. I believe Nicole Grubb or Sally Resbeck was. It fell down. She kind of got her own player gave her a screen by falling down, so she's able to hit the shot.
Now Jamie Kaba, number 23 for William Penn, has entered the game, along with Jessie Kraus, Megan Link, Angia Weber, and Karen Allen. And another three-pointer.
Alicia Highland.
Gosh.
Or excuse me, that's number 13, Angela Revling. And that's Statman Chuck Plotty says that's a 12 three-pointer for Buena Vista tonight. And so Buena Vista shooting well over 50-60% on the game, which is quite phenomenal. Of course, stay tuned during halftime of the men's game. I'll be talking to Coach Barry, have an interview with her. I'm sure she's got to be happy.
And Jamie Kaba picks up that foul, an illegal screen set. That was her first foul of the evening. So Heather Dalton goes to the free throw line.
45 seconds to go. And William Penn is down by 39.
Buena Vista, Scott, just opened this lead up in the second half. As the
we have
and that's very odd. Number 53 for William Penn is actually wearing a Buena Vista uniform. Yeah. But she is playing on the William Penn side. Our colors are very close, so probably a little uniform trouble when packing in Oskaloosa. Couldn't transport it all the way up here. So Buena Vista kind enough to loan one of their uniforms. It's probably the trade-off for giving Buena Vista the tip. The start of the game.
So Buena Vista led by 19 in the first half. So far in the second half, Buena Vista outscoring William Penn 43-22. So just continuing to dominate.
And that was Sally Resbeck connecting on one of her free throws, picking up her first points of the game. She's a freshman from Glidden, Iowa.
Six seconds to go.
And a foul on Angie Raveling just when the bench of Buena Vista was hollering not to foul. She accidentally got her hand in there. Got a little piece of the arm. So 2 seconds remaining. Buena Vista with currently with a 40-point lead that could be cut. And it is to 39. 92-53. Jamie Kaba has one more free throw. And that cuts the lead to 38, and that's where it'll stand as Buena Vista does the long throw in, and the game ends 92-54. The Buena Vista women basketball team pulls off a 38-point victory. A great way to send out these seniors, a great way to end their year here at the Siebens Fieldhouse. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back. Interview with Coach Janet Berry, and of course, the pregame for the men's action. So stay tuned.
Someone once said, we all come into this world alone, and we leave the same way. But in between, we have the chance to connect and help each other, to find ways you can do something to connect with the people in your community, called the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.